Light be with you. Farewell.
Picking up where we left off and on again. We never quite could forget, 'cause what we got so intense. I feel it again, I feel it again, I feel it again. We're bringing this back to life.
Need help? Be careful. Hello. See you later.
How are you? See you around. Well met. Safe travels.
do that yet.
I'm scared that I might. Just the thought of it hurts like hell.
This time you've been thinking I moved on, but you should know I waited for you. Even if I tried, I could never let you go. You should know I'm always waiting for you. You should know I waited. I'm always waiting for you. Was it all past the time where you had to leave behind empty promises and feelings lingering? Your shadow is here in my head. You're
Not enough in it. Not enough in it.
Sun goes down, you're back again.
Not ready yet.
Time when you had to leave behind. No apologies or feelings lingering.
I'm out of range.
Is here in my head. You run through my veins, I'm frozen. The flashback goes back.
I need to get close. I don't have enough. can't do that. Already. Not enough energy. That ability is ready. It's too far away.
Take it all away. I'm here to stay. No, you can't get to me.
Not enough energy. Isn't ready. Can't do that yet. Not enough energy. That ability isn't ready yet. Not enough energy. I don't have it. That ability isn't ready yet.
All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let this fire in your eyes. Turn the darkness into the night.
Not enough energy. It's too far away.
Fill my soul with light the day we met. I don't wanna leave your side.
I can't do that yet.
The seasons are changing, the nights ever fading. It's time we left the ground. Keeps me high. Can I be your star tonight? You fill my soul with light the day we met. I don't wanna leave your side, no. Have me by your side when the sun sets. Let's leave for an eternity. We'll sail across the lights beyond the sky. I'll be with you eternally. I'm an addict for your love, it keeps me high, keeps me high.
I'm out of range. Not enough energy.
Need help?
You let it go, catacombs. You let it go, let it go, catacombs.
See you around.
Preto, niggas.
She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far.
Safe travel.
Wherever we go, we'll always know. From the highest mountain to the bottom of the ocean, yeah. Our song is running like a river. Let the current take us there. We've got the melody to set us free, singing destiny. We've got the melody to set us free, singing destiny. Our hearts are like stars.
What can I do for you? Be careful.
That ability isn't ready yet. Can't do that. Not enough energy. Can't do that. Not enough energy. That ability That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet. I can't do that. Not enough energy. I can't do that yet. Can't do that yet. I don't. It's too far away. can't do that yet. It's too far away. Not ready yet. That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. I need to get closer. I don't have enough. Not enough energy. I don't have That ability isn't ready yet. I don't have enough. That ability isn't ready yet. I don't have enough energy.
Destined to find one another, like light in a thunder. Can't have one without the other. It was raining in the skies. Oh, we can't
Isn't ready yet.
past the rings of Saturn, across the Milky Way, where it's waiting diamonds will return someday. We can wave our words in perfect harmony. I'll run away with you to another galaxy. It was raining in the skies. Oh, we can't be torn apart. We are linked together, forging fire forever. We are linked together.
What can I do for you?
Look into my eyes and show me your adventures I haven't seen. Taking all the life, it hits the spot. Walking on fantasy. So take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made up, baby, that's made up all that we find.
day to you. Safe travel. Hey there. Have a good one.
I am on.
Hello. Have a good one.
What brings you here? Farewell.
You hit the road, but you don't realize I won't look back when
Hello.
you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate to call me back, 'cause I won't be there. I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate to call me back, 'cause I won't be there. I won't look back. 'Cause I won't look back. I won't look back. 'Cause I won't look on my own. I don't know why she told me so. There's a light that makes me blush. I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone.
How generous. too far away.
Something to hold on. Found you when you were so broken. Felt something was wrong. I think I'm in love, 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 I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. Ooh, I'm in love with you. I think I'm in love, 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 I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you.
I can't do that. I don't have enough. Not enough energy. Not enough energy.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe
Can't do that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. Inventory is full. Isn't ready yet. Can't do that. Not enough energy.
eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through? For you.
scared of the unknown and not the past. Look for distractions so we can get it off our minds. It's hard to stand when we don't feel strong.
It's too far away. I'm out of range.
Talk to me. Watch your back. Sorry, friend. Light pleasure. You need something? See you later.
My heartstrings wrapped around too tight. Illuminate me with your light. You fill all the room inside my mind. And all that I can see is you. You wash away my sea of blue. You're the only reason I've survived. You're the air inside my lungs, and I know you're what's keeping me alive. You're what I need to breathe. You're what I need to breathe. Hold me close, don't let me lie. Alone again another night. You're what I need to breathe. You're what I need to breathe.
Well met. Go with honor, friend.
When I'm going wrong, you make it right. And all I ever want is you. Forever's in my cards is true. Every second with you, sacred time. You turn my days around when I can't turn myself. When I'm down,
You need something?
just the sight of you.
See you later.
Bring me heaven now. When I'm feeling like hell. You're the air inside my lungs, and I know you're what's keeping me alive. You're what I need to breathe. You're what I need to breathe. Hold me close, don't let me lie. Alone again
Pair of jeans, a shirt or two. We didn't pack as if we weren't going back. It doesn't matter if it's true. I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Yeah. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights.
Lights.
The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. Tomorrow feels a year away, like the seconds, the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. I'll see the Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights.
Abrázame toda la noche, no nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad, hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad. Y más allá.
Light be with you.
This is all we are. Will you take me back? Will you call my name just like yesterday? We can be as one, 'cause it's been so long since we felt that way. Now we get so high, but down so low. You feel that everybody wants you now. With wings to fly, where would you go? I know that we can make it through somehow. Can you feel it now? This is where we're meant to be. Can you
For the Alliance.
see it now? You belong with me. You belong with me. This is all we are. All we are.
What can I do for you?
This is all we are.
When the tides are high, you can't keep pushing. It's getting harder to breathe. When the people crowd around your space, know you are safe with me. When the storms above start pouring, and you've got a lot to lose.
Light bless you.
My heart will keep on falling for ya. I'll carry on and take the weight for
Greetings.
you. When the storms above start pouring, and you've got a lot to lose. My heart will keep on falling for ya. I'll carry on and take the weight for you.
Be careful.
care. Have a good one. Hey there. Be careful.
Well met. Go with honor, friend.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a ride. Savannah. Lion's gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a ride. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the
Greetings.
Like a smoke in my lungs, you got me
For the
feeling so
Alliance.
numb. Oh, all I felt was you. I was out of my mind, you were killing me inside. Yeah, I know the truth. I know instead I think of you, I'm losing sleep. I don't know what it is you do. The moment that you walked into my life, I started to fall head to toe for you. Now I just can't get over all the games we played. I lose myself in your abuse. You split my heart in two. You split my heart in two.
People are really mad at Diablo 4 right now. Uh-oh.
Hi, Caesar in here with another video, and today we're going to talk about a Twitter thread about battle passes, etc. It's a very interesting Twitter thread, and while I am technically taking the day off today, this was just too interesting for me not to make a video about.
Yeah.
Now, it started out by a question on Twitter from a writer for Forbes saying, I did not do previous generation seasons. I don't really get it. I don't want to level season-specific characters from
I did not do previous generation seasons. I don't get it.
scratch. Can I still use my permanent ones to progress the battle pass? No? Well then I'm not doing that. Long-term goal is to get everything to 100 and wait for expansion, I guess. I get the battle pass is a new aspect, so Rod. Hello, Paul. Yes, to take part in the seasonal questline, mechanics, seasons, or journey battle pass, you will need to create a new seasonal character. Playing campaign with a seasonal character if you so desire or need to finish will also progress the season journey and battle pass. So when I talked about our push after level 100, a lot of people said things like resetting a dungeon over and over again or doing the same content over and over again is an exploit and should be bannable.
Resetting dungeons is an what fucking idiot thinks
Well met.
this?
etc. And I replied things like, well, gotta remember,
Have a good
lot
one.
of these people have never played an ARPG before. They
Yeah,
don't know
they don't
that
get
this
it.
is just what
True.
you do in ARPGs. In fact, in every other ARPG.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought I was being condescending or trying to be snarky,
But
it
it's
just
true.
comes naturally to me to be condescending. I don't actually do it on purpose. I was actually being really serious here.
Yeah.
Because you gotta remember, with their ad campaign with like celebrities like Megan Fox and with brands like KFC, they've dragged in a whole new audience that actually have not played ARPGs before. And this thread is a really good example of this. Here is one example. I'm a new Diablo player and a new dad. I have only 1 hour a day to play the game, if that. My current character is only level 11. They're saying I should basically not even play this game, right? So there's some
Level 11? You can get an hour. So if you play an hour a day and the game's been out for 21 days, or let's say he got it without early release, so it's been out for 16. You tell me after 16 hours in this game, you're only level 11? What the fuck?
communication here. There are some people that think that their characters will get deleted or be completely irrelevant, and there's a lot of people that are just upset at the fact that they can't progress the battle pass with their eternal characters. Now, being able to progress your battle pass with the eternal character is not the worst idea either. I actually think that would probably solve a lot of these problems. But if you look through the thread here, having to redo everything kind of sucks, which, you know, that's very core for ARPGs, right?
Yeah, that's the
There
way the
are
game
also
works.
loads of people in this thread, and this was the most fascinating thing to me. There are loads of people saying they're Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 veterans. Diablo 1 and 2 did not have seasons. First,
have enough.
Where do these people come from, bro? Where do they come from? Where are they? Oh my fucking god. I will say, however, I would feel the exact same way that they did if I had to refarm my renown.
most of us who are actually ARPG players are like,
huh?
Then there's
Yeah,
things like
what the
this. There's
fuck?
no way this is going to apply with most of the player base. Hope you got a plan B for when mouse drop 90%.
Like, I don't think these people realize what happens in the game. Like, I'm level 81 or something, and I basically beat the game. Like, I can get better gear, and I can get, like, you know, a piece of gear that's better than what I have slightly, but, like, I can clear tier 4 super easily. I can do I'll probably do Nightmare tier 50, something like that, with my build, which is, like, a super offensive build.
Be careful.
You didn't kill Lilith? Who cares? So, I mean, I don't care. It's gonna take fucking forever. Like, my gear is pretty much fine. I'm happy with my gear. It's good. I don't want to spend another 20 levels doing the exact same thing. Fuck. Like, am I crazy? I feel like, listen, how many of you guys hit basically like this is the problem with, let me see here. So this is the Diablo power curve, okay? And this is the PoE power curve. Shit. That, just pretend that fucking didn't happen, okay? So it's like this. So right here, this is like, let's say, I would say like 50 hours invested. Or maybe like 80 hours. So the problem with Diablo 4 is that after you spend about 80 hours into the game, all of the gear upgrades that you can get are so minimal that they're not going to provide you with a tangible benefit, anything like what you had achieved before then. So how many of you guys are level 70 plus, and the only gear that you can get is like the same gear that you already have, but like the secondary stats are rolled a little bit higher, right? Yes. Everybody's saying this, right? So like that, I think, is the problem with Diablo 4 endgame. That's it, because there's nothing else to do. So you want me to farm more and more and more for like, you know, 40 or 100 more hours just to get to level 100, just to kill one boss that doesn't drop anything good? You know, doesn't seem super exciting. They need a tier 5. Yes, they need a tier 5 that begins at level 80. That's what I think they should do. Or level 85 or level 90. They need something beyond that. Because right now, it's just like there's nothing to do. And also, like, another big problem with Diablo 4 is this. It's you have like your this is like your tier 2, and then you have your tier 3 capstone, and then you have your tier 4 capstone, and then this is Uber Lilith, right? Actually, let's go ahead and just do it and make it more to scale. That's the problem. There is no other challenge in the game between Elias at level 70 and Uber Lilith at level 100. It's intentional? Okay, well then it's bad. Okay. Yeah, then it's shit. Okay, it sucks. Alright, it's intentionally bad. Okay, got it.
Folks have no idea this is going to happen. When they get the battle pass and find out, they'll know quickly how bad of an idea this was, and hopefully have a quick way out of it that can be implemented within a couple of weeks. Otherwise, rip D4. This is like, as an ARPG veteran, like I have over 35,000 hours in ARPGs between Diablo 2 and Path of Exile.
That's
this
a long
is
time.
Crazy to me. I didn't realize
It's about me and WoW.
the out of touch cap or something between casual players and veteran players were so big, because I feel very out of touch.
Yeah.
Because the entire thread is like this. This isn't like, it's mostly like, it's
To be fair, the guy that ratioed the person about ARPGs having seasons has like way more likes than all of these guys put together, right? So like obviously most people know that ARPGs have seasons. It's just that Diablo 4 was so successful, it attracted an audience of people that don't really play ARPGs. They don't appreciate ARPGs. They're just people that are playing the popular game, and that game happens to be Diablo. Honestly, the guy's right, though. The marketing for Diablo 4 brought in so many new players, and once they figure out how the majority of this works, the casual base will leave. I don't think the casual player base will leave because they have to re-level characters. I think the casual player base will leave because they have to re-level characters and secondary systems. Because, like, if you're replaying the game, like something like Dark Souls or one of these other, like, games that you just replay regularly, I think it's fine. Like a roguelike is effectively a game that you replay over and over and over. So it's not about whether you have to replay it or not. It's about whether the replay value is new.
Like 70% things like this, and then there's 30% ARPG players going like, "But you bought an ARPG."
Yeah.
They
Need help?
always said they were gonna have.
Safe
seasons.
travel.
I also I do have to say that
How are you?
I do not like the idea
What can I
that
do for you?
a
Light
game
flesh.
has a label of ARPG, MMO, FPS, etc.
King's Honor.
And because of this label, the game has certain rules. I think this is a very reductive and very constraining viewpoint that's not healthy for a game.
For the Alliance.
I want Blizzard to try and do raids in Diablo 4. I want them to just try and see what happens. Just do it. Do it. See what happens. And if it doesn't work out, then get rid of it. Do it in a season, and if people don't like it, then get rid of it. I'm not saying implement it for sure and force it on everybody. No. But I'm saying try it out. Take risks. Do new stuff. Like, PoE took huge fucking risks. Massive risks all the time. And whenever they don't turn out too well, well, they don't go to core. And if they do turn out really well, they do go to core. The system is built in. Diablo 2 players came from Destiny 2 since Destiny's pretty low point already has flawed history. Oh yeah, I was gonna watch that Destiny video. But either way, see what happens equals wasting $200 million in development, slowing down production, potentially wasting all the money. All the bigwigs are not gonna have it. What I'm saying is that not taking a risk is taking a risk. Because if you play it safe, you run the risk of boring people. So you shouldn't do that. You should always take risks, because the only thing that's more risky than taking risks is not taking them. And I actually don't think it's a risk to not take risks. I think it's a guarantee that you will fail. It just doesn't, you're just not really sure when. You're not in it where everybody else is.
Start from scratch from season 1 and most likely done in Diablo. So a lot, again, miscommunication.
Yeah, again, like imagine how many of these people, like how many of you guys feel the exact same way? PoE will never take a risk turning PoE into an MMO and you know it. I think PoE took a huge risk with Sanctum. I think Sanctum was a massive risk. Yeah, am I crazy? I think it was very big. And also, I think the idea of PoE 2 is a huge risk too. Blight, yes, Blight is a huge risk as well. Harvest? I don't know about Harvest. But yeah, it was a big shift in gameplay loop. Yeah, exactly. Now, obviously, it was a risk inside of the context of what they want their game to be. I'm not saying PoE should take a risk like adding anime cat girls into, you know, your fucking, into your maps. Or like adding in like a gotcha system for like cards that make your character stronger, like in Lost Ark. I'm not saying this. I'm saying it's inside of the context of PoE, it was a risk. So yeah, I think that overall the risks that games take and the good risks that they take should be carried forward.
They don't know, maybe.
I'm curious, sorry, I keep pausing. How many people do you think would be okay with this? Or how many people feel this way about having to re-level and you wouldn't want to re-level if you had to do Renown, and not having to do Renown would change how you feel? Because personally, that's where I'm at. I feel like if I had to redo my Renown, I'm not having a good time. I'm not playing the game if I have to do more Renown. Yeah. It's a waste of time.
Season 1, I'm most likely done mainly Diablo. So a lot, again, miscommunication. They don't know maybe that you don't have to do the campaign again. You don't have to do the Lilith statues again. You don't have to explore the map.
But you have to do all the dungeons again. You have to do the strongholds again. You have to do the secondary quests again. You have to run around and do all this shit again. Like, that's enough. Like, why, like, again, with a person, like, Diablo 4 is aimed at people that have limited time to play the game, right? And that's why the loot is easy. That's why you hit this fucking threshold so fast. It's because we're not the target audience. The people that want to play for 1,000 hours in a season and then still have something to farm for, we're not the target audience. The people that want to just grind for a few weeks and then hit the plateau on their gear, beat the game, and that's it. And that's fine. That's good. But you can't go and turn around and tell them they have to do the same stupid fucking side quests every day. It's like so counterintuitive.
Again, Now, a lot of people are saying they're going to play for Season 1 because they've already bought the Battle Pass then, and maybe they just realize, wow, actually, that was a lot of fun, and they continue playing. But it'll be very, very interesting to see. I really want to like see how my audience feels about this, because obviously I'm assuming you guys will be a lot more biased towards me and not be confused.
I think so too. And like you look at this interaction. I'll be honest, since I paid for the first season, I'll make an but after that we're done. Re-leveling after the same content with some new small twists isn't kind of fun to rinse and repeat, but I guess time will tell how things go. And then this guy responds, that's how it's always been. That's actually not how it's always been. There haven't been renown bars in ARPGs. That's how it works in Fortnite. There's no renown in ARPGs where you have to do multiple hours of side quest throwaway content that you don't even listen to the dialogue for. You're just doing it so you can fill up a bar. Like, there's none of that in Fortnite. That's not true. The problem is not re-leveling, it's having to re-level in my opinion. Now, there will be some people that never want to re-level, and that's fine. However, that's why they have the Eternal Realms. That problem is already solved.
I am gonna be like, huh? Because I found it very weird that so many people didn't know that ARPGs had seasons and a full reset every 3 months. And Diablo 4 being even more casual friendly because it's not really a full reset. Here's another one.
Yeah.
And why the hell am I playing this game right now? If I knew all the time I've spent is literally less than half, what exactly is the point of this? I feel like this user just touches on the whole point of gaming.
I mean, why do you, like, what do you mean, why the hell are you playing the game? Like, what do you think if you beat season 1, like, you're gonna, like, something's gonna happen? Bro, you wasted your time no matter what. It's a fucking game. Like, why are you playing the game? It's for fun, idiot. The fuck do you think you're doing it for? What do you mean, why are you playing the game? If you're asking the question, why am I playing the game, then yeah, you should probably play it. Like, what do you think? You're gonna get like a deployment? You beat season 1 and you know, Blizzard sends you a new car? No. You beat season 1, you fill up the battle pass, and you get a fucking sparkly thing over your head that says, hey, I gave Blizzard $20 and I played their game for 1,000 hours.
Right? If you're not enjoying the time you're spending while you're spending it, then gaming as a whole is a waste of time for you.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I'm not thinking now that I'm 34 that I'm regretting playing Gaia Online when I was 12 years old because I'm no longer
that shit was
playing
fun.
It. Right?
I didn't play that one, but it was wow.
You know,
The
either
Halo
you're
for
enjoying
me
it in the
back then.
moment, or gaming as a whole probably isn't for you, right? You're not making permanent progress in your life unless you turn it into a job.
Yeah, like, yeah, what's this permanent, what progress do you think you're gonna make in your life in Diablo 4? Like, what's your best case scenario?
It's a very fascinating thread. It's pretty much all like this. Unfortunately, very clear that many did not know what they were signing up for. It's been a very fascinating read. I read like probably 100, 150 different comments now, and my mind has been blown. While obviously I made it clear that I knew that there was a lot of casual audience into the genre for the first time, did not think it would be representation on YouTube. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. For something like the video, try to die less than I did.
So, I actually think that what Blizzard should do, it's very easy to say Blizzard should say fuck these guys and ignore them. I think that Blizzard should just let you do your battle pass inside of the Eternal Realm.
Get closer.
Like, why punish these people that don't want to have to re-level it? Yeah, so just let them do. It doesn't hurt anybody. Yeah, it's a fucking who cares? Are they not planning to do that? No, they're not, and that's what the core complaint is. Let's see if I can show you guys what it said. It's the seasonal quest line, mechanics and season journey into the battle pass. You need to create a new seasonal character. I think that seasons, so this is kind of what, just give them Standard League? Well, they do have Standard League. It's called the Eternal Realm. Depends on what the mechanics are for the Battle Pass. Could be some season content. Yeah, but like, there's no way that they can't just supplement like, let's say, like, okay, there's like the season 1 boss that you have to kill, and you just change the Battle Pass for the Eternal Realm to killing Uber Lilith or something like that.
Not ready yet.
How is this hard to do? Feels like most people are expecting for it to be an MMO rather than an ARPG. Well, in an MMO, you have to re-level for expansion. So, like, I don't even think that makes sense either. Paul Tassi made a video about it. Really? Let me see. So this is the guy who's critical about Diablo 4 seasons. Here we go. Let's actually listen, and we're going to listen to this guy, and we're going to give him an honest gonna try to listen to what he's saying, and I'm gonna give it an honest perspective. I know obviously he's coming from a position that is very disagreeable to many people.
Not ready yet.
So I think that in the nature of that, it's even more important that we give him the
ability
benefit of the
isn't
doubt
ready
and we
yet.
listen to what he has to say. Here we go. Pretend this is a cool
I'm out of
animated
range.
intro. Okay.
Alright, I am back with another Diablo.
You can see this is the audience for Diablo. A man probably in his late 20s, his 30s, with some gray hair in his beard. This is the Diablo.
I don't have enough.
More video. I almost said Diablo 2. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Enough energy.
I have obviously still been playing lots other than my obligatory hour of Destiny per week, which will commence again tomorrow at
That
reset.
sounds fun.
I don't know how many
Mandatory
weeks
fun.
the story's really continuing. Maybe another 3. I'm not sure. I think there's exotic quests and something like that too, which would be fun. But in terms of Diablo, I now have a 72 Barbarian, 56 Rogue, and a 32.
So he's probably put like 150, 100 hours into the game. That's pretty good.
So as you can see, I am skipping around quite a bit.
Yeah.
And people are telling me that I'm doing this wrong. Because today I want to talk about the seasonal model. So I spent all morning trying to figure out exactly how the seasonal model is going to go, based on how Diablo 3 and I guess 2 seasons worked, based on things Blizzard has said already,
right?
And then based on people trying to fill me in at least on how they think it works, and then some stuff is still a little nebulous. So the main crux of Diablo seasons are to have a seasonal character and level them from scratch, over the course of however long the season is. Now they're going to be, I don't remember how long they were in D3, but they're going to be 3-month seasons, so for a year. The idea is that you will take a character from 1 to whatever. There are seasonal ladders, so you want to, if you want to try and climb high on those, there will be a number of competitive people trying to do that. But for most normal people, the process will be kind of rebuilding a character, playing the new content. There'll be new missions and stuff.
Yeah.
New enemies, they said.
Hopefully new bosses.
Some new loot.
Sure.
But things are changing a little bit from D3, and the idea of re-leveling a character every season just doesn't really hold a lot of appeal for me. I always view Diablo as kind of a long-term investment where I want to...
I feel like with a lot of, the thing is with PoE, you can play on standard, but I think that the majority of the player base plays on the seasons. I would assume that would be 80-90% of people play seasons. Diablo, Reaper of Souls, I feel like everybody played the seasons. That was the content. I never saw content of people playing the base game.
Get my characters to max, give them 1 to 3 super powerful builds where I feel like they're very smart. Farm, top end loot until I think they're close to perfect, and then wait for an expansion. That is not really the goal remotely of the seasonal content. And the change here is, at least with seasonal characters now, Blizzard has said that they will be moved into what they call the Eternal Realm once you're done with that season. So this is I think this is a pretty significant change where the idea is that, at least for the first few seasons here, that is theoretically when you should be leveling your ults, given the fact that I have done 3 characters at this point.
Well, you want to level your alts after you level your main. You can level your alt whenever you want. I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to say here. Yeah, I'm confused.
Bounce around between them, I would probably...
Change Diablo 2 had the same setup? Yeah, whenever a Diablo 2 season came out, you had to re-level, right? I'm not a Diablo 2 player, but I just want to make sure you did have to re-level whenever a Diablo 2 season came out. Yes, okay. So, and it was the same with Diablo 3. Okay. We be back. Casual confused about replayability in the ARPG, too much attachment. Is that his fault, though? And how is replay of it? And I feel like I don't think that it's a fair comparison to draw a one-to-one of a Diablo 3 season and a Diablo 4 season. Because a Diablo 4 season, you have to farm renown out as well. There are a lot of extra things you have to do in Diablo 4 seasons that you didn't have to do in Diablo 3 seasons. So like there's just fundamentally the different thing.
Screwed up a little bit, and I will have to do Necromancer Sorcerer if I want to start from scratch for a new season. One thing that remains a little unclear is how exactly your Eternal characters can contribute to the season.
I mean, if it's like any other ARPG, they're effectively two different games.
Because things are different in the sense where now Diablo 4 has a battle pass. And, well, I do not want to spend $25 on a single set of armor for my characters. I would pay $10 or whatever it is to kind of go through a season pass and unlock cosmetics that way. That to me is a little more appealing. Go to 1 to 100.
I don't give a fuck about this either way.
The ornaments in the season pass, they have said, are universal ornaments, so you're unlocking them across all your characters.
It's all
and then there's going to be stuff like, I think, mounts and mount armor and mount trophies. I don't know. There's a lot of things they have. And then for seasonal stuff, for seasonal characters, on the free track, there are some bonuses, like bonuses to currency collection, gold, and XP to make that process go a little bit faster.
Right.
But I am very curious how this is going to go over. Because on the one hand, this has been how Diablo seasons have worked essentially forever. Like Diablo 2 had this to a certain extent, Diablo 3 had this. Diablo 3 had like 28 seasons.
So then why is it problematic when Diablo 4 does the exact same thing?
Something, and so clearly there was a market for that, although Diablo 4 is many people's first Diablo game.
I need to get
I do want.
Well, so I mean, you can use that argument for Diablo 3 because at the time Diablo 3 was the fastest selling PC game. Here, I'll show you. So here we go. We'll take a look at it right here. Diablo 3 is fastest selling PC game. This is Diablo 3. Sold more than 3.5 million copies in a single day. So like if you use the logic and the argumentation that, okay, well, because Diablo 4 is really popular and a lot of people play Diablo 4, you could have used that exact same thinking on Diablo 3. There you go. I just wanted to show you guys that Diablo 3 was the exact same thing in the exact same situation.
What kind of wall people might run into if suddenly they figure out that every season the goal is to re-level a character. And for the first, I guess, 4 seasons, the first year, that could mean if you're waiting to start an alt, then you just do your alt for that season.
Yeah.
And then that becomes...
Yeah, that's usually what you do. Yeah.
An internal character that you can save. That's not a bad plan. I do wonder what happens in the longer term here, where, okay, we have all the classes now. You know, you're just re-leveling alternate versions of those characters, which is definitely how Diablo 3 worked.
Well, yeah, you do, and the idea is that the season changes are transformative enough to the gameplay that alongside with the patch changes, that the game is transformed enough that it's a new experience by playing a new character. So like, for example, in PoE, whenever I come back and I play a Necromancer, like a Carrion Golem Necromancer, I played this 2 different leagues. I think it was Elementalist, actually, because of the fucking, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I played like a Golem Elementalist. That is a completely different experience than whenever I played Cast on Crit Ice Nova. Shadow. And that is a completely different experience than whenever I played this league or and each one of them are just so fundamentally different that whenever I play the new season, I am effectively playing a new game because of how different the character is and how much different things I'm doing that goes into designing and making that character good. Same with Righteous Fire. So like that's the idea, is that seasons are transformative enough to where it becomes exciting to play the same game again because you're going through it with a completely different lens. Did people ever complain about Diablo 3 in this regard though? Diablo 3 is an interesting situation because Diablo 3 was basically dying until Reaper of Souls came out. because people ran out of stuff to do on the effectively Eternal Realm. Because Diablo 3 had this. They had no seasons, and the game just slowly bled out from players because they ran out of things to do. And then they added seasons, and seasons were great for a while. Like, Diablo seasons were just popping. Like, I would say, like, the first, like, 10 seasons of Diablo 3 were really good. And then the problem is that the next 10 were the same as the first 10. And there wasn't enough innovation on the game and changes in the game
King's Honor,
to
friend.
retain people's interest. Like, my last season that I played was Season 6, for comparison.
That doesn't really hold a ton of appeal to
careful.
me. I guess it is a giant,
What can I do
huge
for you?
pain to like change builds right now. I just saw
It's not
Joseph
that
say
bad.
on Twitter that they are considering loadouts for the future, which is cool.
They should consider loadouts. It's a smart thing to do. There's no reason not to do that.
Probably a news item that was just in my replies somewhere. It is a giant pain to change over. Like I'm struggling now with my barbarian in tier 4 here a little bit because I'm very not meta. But like to think about changing to a bleed build, it's like to refarm all the ancestrals and
I think the problem with, and I can see why people are saying that it's annoying to change your build. I think the problem is the fact that you have level scaling. So the game just gets harder and harder and harder. So it's not like you can go down to like, you know, level 50 again and like refarm your gear. No, you have to stay, like in PoE, for example, if you change your build, like I was doing, you know, T16s with like Toxic Rain, then I change over to Ward Loop and I start doing T5s and T3s and T7s. And then I work my way back up. But if you have level scaling and you're level scaled all the way up to T16, then you have to start at T16. So yeah, I do think this is a problem that is exacerbated by the level scaling and the stat increases that it creates.
you know, spend millions of dollars on re-getting all my Paragon points and skill points, and like it's certainly a process. So I guess maybe the idea is that you could level an alternate barbarian to do another kind of build. However,
that is not fun to me. I don't think that the solution to playing another character should ever be playing another build. Should be make another character of that same thing. I don't think that's like that's not fun to me. Like, I mean, maybe again, this is me being a casual, but like if I'm playing a barbarian, I want to play different things that a barbarian can do. I don't want to have to make an entirely new barbarian just because of an artificial restriction that's put into the game to make me make a second barbarian. That sounds like garbage.
you're re-leveling the whole thing. And I just talked about today how the higher levels of Diablo, you know, if you get one barbarian to 100, probably not going to want to do that again on a second barbarian.
And he's right about this because the end part of Diablo 4 is boring because, again, you hit this plateau on gearing, and I showed this before, I'll show it again. You hit this plateau on gearing where you're effectively not getting any crazy new cool items anymore. Now you're just perfecting the existing items that you have and then re-rolling the stats over and over. It's
What's on
fucking
your
boring. PoE doesn't
See you
have this
soon.
problem. It
You
has
got my
other problems.
attention.
I'm not saying PoE is perfect, but PoE
Off
doesn't have
with you.
this specific
What
problem.
can I do for you?
Because
Safe
the
travels.
final stages of that
Great to
grind
meet
are
you.
so significantly longer
Watch
than
your
anything else.
back.
Yeah, they are.
Hi.
I'm still kind of
See you
debating
soon.
how I'm going to engage with Diablo
help?
seasonal content.
Yeah.
Because one of the questions I have is what can your eternal characters do?
And I think also, like, it's so hard to make a decision whether you should engage with the seasonal content or not because we don't even know what it is. Like, we have no idea. So how can you make a decision? You're writing a blank check at this point.
During a season of Diablo 4, because that has not really been made clear yet. They are going to do some sort of developer deep dive into seasons in July, but that's a couple weeks away, so I'm kind of just left to speculate at the moment. If your eternal characters can contribute some sort of XP toward their specific milestones within a season, that's what they went over with me beforehand. So it's kind of like Destiny seasonal challenges, where it's like do this specific thing, and that will give you big chunks of XP to get through the battle pass.
I'm going to have to say again, I think the solution is to just allow the battle pass to have an Eternal Realm option. I think at least for the first season, for so many people that didn't understand it, this seems like just the smartest and best option. And I think not allowing that, like the mindset of not allowing that, is like, I want to punish these players and make them play the game the way I want them to. And I just don't think that's healthy for a game.
I do not know if all of those are only exclusive to seasonal characters and you just can't do them on permanent characters. That seems like that could be the case, given how reliant past Diablo seasons were on this
Solve a lot of
idea
negative
of
issues people
a
have.
branded
Yeah,
character.
it's like it would solve the negative issues people have. Like, I just don't understand, like, is there any prestige in finishing a battle pass? No, right? Nobody cares? So who gives a fuck? What are we fighting over? Who gives a who cares?
So I don't really know how that's going to play out. I am not 100% sure if your permanent characters can play the new quest lines. I would think they could. Because I think the content of the season is free. You're just paying for battle pass. Like, that is what is being sold with the season.
I'm not sure if they're gonna do that because
so
like, PoE doesn't decide to move things into standard until after the league. The league is effectively a beta test for a mechanic or a system to go into the main game. So I don't know if Diablo's gonna do that or not.
If I can play content, experience new enemies, if I can find new items without leveling a new character from level 1 again, that has some appeal to me. Well, I might do this for, Sorcerer and Necromancer, which are characters I don't have yet. I just wonder past that, like, I've already started these ults, I don't really want to delete my 56 Rogue or even my 32 Druid. Like, yes, I know you can power level and blah, 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 but, like, I don't really want to do that again. So I'm very curious kind of what you all think about this, because I know...
I think having to, like, and this is just the way that I play ARPGs. I mean, I can't speak to, like, the way everybody should play them. But to me, the way I play them is that I go into an ARPG, I plan out what I want to play, I watch Zizrain, I watch Mathel, I watch, like, like one of these different guys that does build guides, right? I mean, it's just that simple. And I'll see what they think is good, and then maybe I'll play one of those for PoE. And then if I'm really enjoying the league and I'm watching streams and it looks like another build is really, really fun, then maybe I'll go play that instead. Quinn? Well, Quinn, like, yes, Lily, like you guys mentioned him, they play hardcore, right? So, like, the way you play the game on hardcore is a lot different. Whereas, like, Zizrain does, like, meta content, so, like, it's not just for hardcore. But, like, Mathel doesn't do that. So, like, that's really the difference. I watch all of their content, though, by the way. And the point that I'm making is that, like, I go into it and I want to play a new type of character, and then if I'm really enjoying the game, I'll play another character after that based off of what seems to be really fun during that league. Like, for example, like Skeleton Mages. Like, I was thinking about playing that, or playing fucking, like, Blade Vortex, or something like that.
It's kind of a split between...
That's the way I do it.
Diablo veterans and new players that hear this, and they're like, wait, what? Like, I have to level a character from scratch?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't really sound like it makes a ton of sense, or that's something that's very appealing, and yet a ton of people love it. But, like, I just, some guy replied to me on Twitter, and he's like, eternal characters are for, like, testing up builds and preparing for season 1. That's like the seasonal race happens, and like,
I don't think that you can make... The thing is that the race, and this is probably what Paul's going to say, is like the race appeals to a 0.1% of players. Like, 1 in 1,000 people that are playing this game actually care about the race in a way that it will affect the way they play the game. Beyond, like, maybe they'll think, oh, I'm going to be in the race on the first day. And then they see how far they are behind because they're not, like, they're not fucking neckbeards playing this game all the time. And then they're like, okay, never mind, I'll just go casual. Yeah, it's a 0.1% thing.
That's a very not fun way to look at it. The metaphor is that Diablo characters are like Legos. Like, it's not really about the finished project. It's about getting there. And I just don't know if I share that philosophy. Like, I get that it would be hard to create seasons for Diablo if you...
I feel like corgis are kind of just like dogs that are cats. I feel kind of like I've seen them, like, yeah, they're kind of like, they're about the size of a cat.
I'm out of range.
They're not like ferocious or crazy. I don't know. I just feel that way. That's always been my vibe.
Do you have people that are just very quickly advancing classes to 100 because like what is that to do?
Yeah, exactly.
For those people, I get that kind of rebuilding process will make sense. Do that in the game where they just want to keep leveling characters every season. I'm just hoping that there is like stuff for turtle characters to do where I at least feel like I can engage with some of the content. I don't need to grind like Diablo seasons nonstop. It's like I don't really want to. That's the other time. That's the other factor here.
It's a really weird thing that Blizzard is in the middle of, because if they add the seasonal content into the Eternal Realms, why would somebody want to re-level a character in seasons if they could just automatically go and play it at their level 100 or level 90 or whatever in the Eternal Realm? Just for the ladder. And it's like the ladder is only appealing again for 0.1%. Most people don't give a fuck about the ladder. So it's like you have to make it a season, or then people will just never swap over. Or a lot of people won't because it's easier and it takes less time. However, is that a good decision? I don't know. I really don't know. The option should be there. Yeah, but it's like, like you guys have said, I have to put myself in I really want to re-level and go. To me, I don't have a problem doing re-leveling because that's part of the, like in my opinion, like re-leveling is part of building a character, and doing renown is part of just going through Blizzard's bullshit. Sucks for them though, don't play ladder.
Inventory is full.
I don't think that like the ladder aspect of the Diablo 4 season should even be taken into account. Maybe I'm crazy, but like I don't even think that should be on their radar. I think that what they should focus on is like, how can you make a good game experience? And the ladder is secondary. Because it's ironic that people care so much about the ladder, because a lot of us from PoE, people from PoE that go to Diablo 4, there's not really a ladder in PoE, really. I mean, there's like a notification who gets like the first Shaper kill or something like that. But there's not like a list of like the top players. PoE Racing, PoE Ninja, that's like a third-party website. I don't know, like, do you guys think that's the same thing? I feel like a third-party website is very different than there being an in-game ladder. So they have a ladder on the official website, but that's just for leveling, and doesn't that get filled in, like, less than a week? I've never seen it. Yeah, I've never seen it. Like, in Diablo 4 or Diablo 3, I was constantly looking at the ladder, seeing where I was at on the ladder. Yeah, I'll be honest, like, I feel like ladder is, like, not very relevant in PoE. Like, I never think about it. I never think about where I am on the position. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but like I'm not even thinking about that.
Where I don't know if I like re-leveling new characters and characters. Like, I have other things I have to play.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't just like give up Destiny. And like I don't want to give up Destiny. I still enjoy Destiny. So if I can at least maybe avoid part of this grind for myself and still experience it to some extent on the characters I already have.
I'd really be curious to hear what this guy's perspective is on the difference between having to re-level a character versus refarm renown. Because I bet the real problem that he has, I don't want to put words in his mouth, I don't know, but like, I bet that if he only had to re-level and that was it probably wouldn't be that bad.
That has some appeal to me. I guess it's just not really clear how things are going to fully change between, you know, Diablo 2 and 3 seasons with Diablo 4 seasons with the addition of the battle pass and like self-contained seasonal missions and enemies and loot and things. Like some of this stuff wasn't around previously, and Diablo wasn't quite as heavily leaning on its live service ambitions. We also don't know when the first expansion is coming.
I mean, I think that they were definitely leaning on live service as Diablo 3. I mean, Diablo 3 is a live service game. But if you want to say leaning on it in terms of battle passes, yes, that's it.
If you have one main character, and then you do 4 alts for each season, and then there's an expansion, and it introduces paladins, let's say. I absolutely believe paladins are coming.
It's gotta be paladins.
That's another character that you can level from scratch for a season. So, I'm very curious how this is going to go with the mix of old players and the new players running the system they might be familiar with. They have said some stuff is carrying over, like Fog of War on the map is going to be cleared, and we cleared that before. The Rooms of Lilith are not going to reset. However, the rest of Renown is essentially going to reset. So, like the dungeons, the strongholds, all the side missions, which...
See, you see how he's saying it? This is exactly what I'm fucking talking about. Is it just look at how he's saying it, man.
Does not sound very fun to me.
No, it doesn't. And that's because it's not. It's not. Because a lot of
How
people
kind
would
of
do...
you.
So, whenever you make people have to do something, I think that in a lot of cases, you get a lot of people doing it just because they have to do it. Like, I probably would have gone through the side quests and listened to them if I didn't need to do them for Paragon points. But because I needed to do them for Paragon points, I just wanted to complete them as quickly as possible so I could move on with playing the game. Because I think that the side quests are actually, some of them are genuinely very good. I
Inventory
actually
is
think
full.
that they're very, very good.
I can't
They're
carry
well
anymore.
defined. They're all voice acted, and I like them. But the problem, like, you know, like the Exorcism one, or the one to where you go down to where like the cinematic happened. That's just two examples that come off the top of my head. And those are great. But I didn't even pay attention to any of that. Because my goal is to complete this as quickly as possible, because Diablo is all about optimization, all about farming. So I'm farming these quests, getting them done. So the idea that you have to farm something that's supposed to be a fun addition to the lore of the game, to add texture to the world, and you're just doing it as quickly as possible because you just want to get your Paragon points and move on, that doesn't sound fun at all. To be fair, they didn't make Renown based off percentage of objectives completed. They don't require 100% completion. What do you mean to be fair? I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do a single one of them again. I don't want to do half of them. No, I don't want to do a single one. Nobody does. And if you do, you should allow the seasonal realms to reset it, and you can do them, but they don't increase your renown. So you can do them. Sure, you can redo them every season, but you don't have to.
All of that stuff is resetting. This is also an era where you can skip campaign. So it's not like some of the older games where you were often replaying the campaign like a million times to the point where like you turn off dialogue because you just don't want to hear the same stuff anymore. Really, you only have to play the campaign once in Diablo now, which I really like. It was a very good campaign. Don't get me wrong. I played it twice because I played it on my review build also. But I don't want to play it, you know, in Diablo 3 it was terrible because you had to play through the whole campaign on like different difficulties with each character, and like it was, you really got sick of it by the end of that. So I think they made some significant progress in that area, and I'm glad they did it the way they did it. I'm just looking forward to hearing more about season specific.
No, he's right. He's talking about Vanilla D3. In Vanilla D3, you had normal mode, Nightmare, Hell, and Inferno. He's right.
Specifically, and kind of knowing what you can do and what you can't do, and what definitely requires a seasonal character and what may not. How the battle pass works into this, what's in the battle pass, what the theme of the season is. They said they're essentially doing, you know, themed seasons. So the example they always give is it's a zombie season. They're not actually doing zombies, but like some sort of specific theme for a season.
Friend.
They said they're not really doing any like goofy things. Like you're not going to see like silly Diablo armor skins anytime soon. Like
yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that either. Somebody says all I hear from this guy is that the game doesn't fit his schedule and his playstyle, so he wants the game to change. Yeah. Yes, that's correct. I commend you for your ability to see that. You're right. This is his opinion.
They want to keep with the vibe of the game as it stands currently. Scary nightmare crap, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, LD armor looks pretty badass right now. So if it's more of that, I'm all for it. But yeah, so I'm just curious how this goes. I will do a circle back here once we have more information. I'm bugging some of the Diablo people on Twitter to answer some of my questions. We'll see if they get back to me. They're a very friendly, accommodating bunch. Like even Rod Ferguson's like the director of the whole franchise, and he takes time to like respond to me when I bother him with stuff, so that's very kind. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you're like a hardcore Diablo 3 seasonal player and you really like that, like I'm wondering what really like about that? For a good player, and you're like, that sucks, like, you're going to not engage with it. I'm curious as well. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.
I don't see this video being that... Like, I thought this video was going to be way more upsetting. There's nothing problematic that he said at all. It seemed totally fine. It entered by mistake, but he wants the game to change completely for his own reasons, not the reasons everyone else wants or how the game is designed. Well, number one, you don't speak for everyone else, and so that's not really an argument that you can make. Also, how the game is designed is a reflection on what the players want, and he is reflecting what he wants as a player. So that's just a very stupid way to look at it. I think that you're just presupposing that you have the majority opinion behind you, which could be true, but also, like, what would be the harm in this context of allowing somebody to progress through the battle pass in the Eternal Realm? Like, I don't see, like, what is this, like, is it gonna harm the sanctity of the battle pass cosmetics? Get the fuck out of here. I don't care about that. I don't think a lot of people do, but maybe they do. I certainly don't. So yeah, it's silly. Made the argument about new players dumbing down retail WoW. That'll happen if Diablo follows down the same path. I think that there's always going to be a give and take, and if you actually listen to what I said about retail WoW, you would actually know that I think the opposite. So your lack of understanding on my position doesn't make me wrong, because the actual problem with retail WoW is that it caters too much towards hardcore players. That's why everybody's going and playing classic WoW, is because it's simple. So, in fact, I'm saying the exact opposite. Now, yes, retail WoW has certain problems that are created by casual players that are lazy, absolutely. And those are issues. However, the reason why classic WoW is so popular is because it's an easier version of the game that is simpler and easier to understand. So it's the opposite. The Battle Pass progress is tied to the season journey, so to have Battle Pass progress in the Eternal Realm, you need to put the season journey into Eternal and all the new season mechanics, making the season realm pointless. Well, you could just change what the objectives are. Do you really think that it's... Like, is Blizzard really not able to change, like, kill 10 of one thing to kill 10 of something else on the Eternal Realm? Like, are they really not able to do this? Like, get the fuck out of here. Of course they can do that. Just change how it works. Yeah, like, what do you mean? This is a billion-dollar company. They can't figure out how to reorient a battle pass? Is this a joke? Let's look at a few more. We'll read a few more comments about this, because I think this is a a very big topic. What's your opinion on seasons being 100 plus, like season 1 would being going from like 100 to 120? I disagree with that, because I think that people will perceive going to 120 to be, oh, I'm too far behind in the game, so I don't want to keep playing it. Like, that's the problem that happened with World of Warcraft, is that people are like, oh, the game goes up to 110 now, it's going to take too long for me to get there. So yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. Now, I think they could add Paragon levels to that as well, like above 100, sure. But they should not increase the hard level cap. No, I don't think so. Quinn reactions to the video could be interesting to watch. Maybe I'll watch that tomorrow or something. I was going to watch that Destiny video, and that's the next thing I'm going to look at. And then after that, I want to actually play the game, because, you know, we've been playing this for a while. I'm talking about this for a while. I made a video about the issue of having to be both level 100 with the goal of the statue and all the drama that it created. That's whatever. In my opinion, Diablo 4 is by definition a grindy game. It has to be, but to strike a good balance of replayability and hard, it will never appeal to people who don't like grindy games. So, like, if Diablo is a grindy game, does that mean that every grind in Diablo is fundamentally good because Diablo is a grindy game? I think that's a very, very bad way to look at things. So you can't, like, I just don't like this logic that, like, you create a definition and then you work backwards from that definition in order to justify what your perspective is. So because you create this, like, fucking, this definition that has, like, a category, and because the thing that you want fits into the category of your definition, then it is categorically good? Why? That doesn't even make any...
What can I do for you?
It's reverse logic. Not take, but grindy is not always bad in my opinion. Some grinds are good. Some grinds are good. And the way that you structured that sentence means that you know that I'm right about this. Because if some grinds are good, what does that mean about other grinds? Riker has the best take on this. Maybe I'll have to look at it. They're not as good. Yeah, there you go. Bad take. What's the gameplay of the Eternal Realm? The point of the season is to build new characters. What's the gameplay of Eternal Realm? Well, you level up your character and you make your character stronger and you do dungeons and then you beat the content in the game. What did you think it was? I don't understand. Yeah. How much should Blizzard cater to the casual community of Diablo 4 and balance with the hardcore community? Should they really have a small bit of the hardcore community that they can focus on while primarily update the casual side of things? This is what I think that they should do, okay? All right, I'm going to type it out. Okay. Alrighty, we're going to do this. We're going to watch the Destiny video. How Blizz should fix the D4 season problem. I'm going to put problem in quotations, obviously. No refarming renown. It is 100% account wide with no restrictions. With no restrictions. Number 2, let's see. Oh, fuck. What was I thinking before? Allow people to prog the battle pass on the Eternal Realm with different goals but same rewards. That's it, right? Did we beat it? Wait, did I just finish the problem? Did I solve everything? I think I did. Holy shit. You gotta send this to Rod Ferguson right now. Paul Tassi responded to you? Okay, this is what he says. So this is his response to like me looking at his video. I'm going to say again, allow the battle pass to have an Eternal Realm option. Who are we fighting over? Who cares? Woo. True. He disagrees with some things, but he's really getting what I'm trying to say, which I appreciate. I thought this video was going to be more upsetting. There's nothing I said was problematic at all. Thanks, man. The whole thing made my night. Oh, there we go. Yep. There it is. It's that simple. Hey, can you guys hear me? What up? Why back to tier 3? The reason why is I'm just doing some of the quests for my renown.
Open for business.
That's why. I'm trying to see if there's any other quests I need to do here. Maybe I should just start doing dungeons. I think that's the play. Let me put everything away and then we're going to start working on the dungeons. T5 is data mined. I mean, I think we can easily expect the tier 5, right? I mean, it's just kind of like common sense they're going to do that. Barb's got 6 weapon gems, seems broken. Yeah, it is. It's great. Alright, well, fuck it. Let's go do this one. Yep, no reason to worry, no reason to stress. We just gotta get dungeons out of the way, man. We gotta farm dungeons like crazy. Today's Capcom show was a massive fucking disaster. Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it. Like, I didn't see any of that stuff. Obviously, I've been busy today with, like, my podcast and everything and meeting and all that stuff, so I didn't really have a lot of time to do anything else. Seasons be a separate game mode? Yeah, you can keep playing the game even without seasons, but I wouldn't recommend it. I think seasons are what the game is designed for.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, my damage is really good now. Like, look at that. That was awesome.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about
more
this.
Fury.
Game volume's loud. It's hard for me to tell since I have like multiple volumes.
Safe
here.
travels.
Not ready yet.
That have like different purposes.
I'm low on fury. I must wait.
Look how much health this dude has. Where's my loot?
Step on up.
Good to see you back. Yeah, it's good to be back, man. I'm very glad to be back, obviously.
I'm not ready yet. I need more fury. I must wait.
Yeah, I feel like these mobs are like straight up doing less damage than the mobs were yesterday. Like, I don't know if it's like just because I'm playing better or what, but like it feels like I'm just doing so much more damage than I was yesterday, man. Like, this is just nuts. Have you slept at all? Well, I mean, I didn't really need to, right? I mean, I woke up and, no, I haven't slept. I mean, like today, because I mean, I woke up, right? I mean, like, I'm not sleep deprived, if that's what you're wondering.
Don't have enough fury.
Dude, how do I clear like how many yellow mobs, and like not a single one manages to drop a good item? That's so dumb. And I only get a sacred ring, not an ancestral ring. What a dumb game. I hate this fucking game, man. Like, are you kidding me? Berserk ARPG would be legit. Yeah, it would be. I think a Berserk ARPG would actually work pretty well. I don't think that I don't really see that ever happening. Like, what was the only Berserk game? Wasn't it on like Dreamcast or something?
I'm out of fury. I must wait.
There's a few. Yeah, I feel like there wasn't that many though. Maybe I'm misremembering, but that's certainly what
must wait.
What my memory serves. Alright, this guy is dead. I just feel like I'm not getting any good loot, man. I don't know what's happening.
I must wait.
Pretty sure the game's rigged.
I don't have
Not a
enough
single
fury.
ancestral item, man.
I'm not ready yet.
See that? That was some fucking ninja moves right there. Oh, nice. We got a free elite.
Not ready yet.
Oh, let's go, let's go. There it is.
I'm out of fury. I'm not ready yet.
There it is, there it is, there it is. So much yellow numbers. Yeah, it's gonna be even more soon. I hate how they're like always really far away like this. It's so fucking annoying.
I'm not ready yet.
See you later.
And then also, like, I wish they would spawn elites. Like, I wish, like, I think, like, every wave after 5 should spawn elites. Oh, there we go. Okay, alright. Good idea, Blizzard. Smart. Yeah, sometimes this company does do stuff right. Okay. All the PoE dick riders in chat. I'm a PoE dick rider.
What can I do for you?
It doesn't mean I can't appreciate Diablo 4 though.
I'm not ready yet.
Why's he got so much health?
Be careful.
I must wait.
I wish I need to get my lucky hit chance
I
increased.
must wait. I need more fury. Must wait.
It's my fault. It's dumb. Why do you spawn all the way back here, man? Like, what the fuck? So I have to run all the way back there? That's so dumb. Introduction. Oh, what a waste of time.
I must wait.
Jesus Christ.
Light be with you.
No new helm yet? No, I haven't really tried to get a new helmet. At least I'll get my Paragon level soon, which will be really nice. Or my 4 Paragon levels. Heard Starforge system PC is so powerful, users report they can sense time dilation when sitting too close. Yeah, if you buy a Starforge, you can play in Torment 5 now.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh my god. You like the Final Fantasy thing? I was actually really impressed by it. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be that good. Oh, I got an ancestral one-hander. That's pretty good. Hopefully that'll be a good one. Like, I didn't even notice I had that. What the hell was I thinking when I ended that shit?
I need more fury.
Alright, great. Anything good? Ancestral gloves. Not too bad. Anything worthwhile over here? Oh boy.
I must wait.
Let's do this now. I always like to make sure I clear everything in case there's like one of those really big packs of elites or something, you know? Let me see what this is any good. 759. I feel like this is a pretty strong item, but it's nice.
Need
Got
help?
a 4. I don't have a macro on that one. Yeah, it's a really nice weapon. I mean, it's got 20% vulnerability damage. It just doesn't have anything else besides that, you know?
I must wait.
I'm gonna get fucking deleted.
I'm not ready yet.
No, it's not a big loot situation, unfortunately. I thought it would be. Alright, so what do you guys think? I mean, this is only a 759. I feel like it's, Plus 477
Light
upgrades. You
bless
should try
you.
that. I just like it, but it doesn't actually have any value because I don't use that weapon. You see what I'm saying? Because I use this one. This one's way better, right? So I just don't see the purpose in it. Like it, you know, I'll have to swap everything else over, and it's like, so I'm gonna go through all this work to just get an item I'm not really gonna use very much. Like, come on. Doesn't seem like a very good use of my time.